Hey, I'm Matt Manny. Thanks so much for joining me for today's devotional thought. If you need a good laugh and some encouragement today, you're definitely going to want to listen into this story and share it with somebody. This devotional is called Think You're Having a Bad Day? Here's this guy's story. Let me share it with you now. A man was on his back patio working on a motorcycle one day. While trying to test the throttle, the motorcycle slipped into gear and launched the man, still holding onto the handle of the motorcycle, through the glass door into his dining room. The man's wife came running to find him lying on the floor next to the motorcycle, bleeding from the broken glass. She called an ambulance and ran out the front door to meet the paramedic team when they arrived. She guided them up the stairs to their front door because she and her husband lived on a pretty steep hill. The man was transported back to the hospital and treated for severe lacerations on his arms and on his legs. And while her husband was at the hospital, she decided to go ahead and try to take care of things and clean everything up. So she grabbed some paper towels and sopped up some of the gasoline that had spilled onto the floor from the motorcycle that had fallen over. She cleaned up all the gasoline, uprighted the motorcycle, and waited for her husband to get back home. She decided to take the gasoline-soaked paper towels and toss them in the toilet in the bathroom. That's the best place she could think to throw them. And when her husband finally returned home, he was so distraught over the shattered patio glass door and the mangled motorcycle that he went to the bathroom to smoke a cigarette. He sat down on the toilet and flicked a cigarette into the bowl when he was finished smoking. His wife heard a loud explosion and her husband scream. She immediately called the paramedics again to treat her husband, who had severe burns on his backside and his thighs. The same paramedic team arrived moments later. While they were transporting the man on the stretcher down the steps, one of the paramedics asked the wife what happened. And when she explained about the spilled gasoline, the toilet mishap, the paramedic started laughing so hard he lost his grip and dropped the man down the remaining few steps. After suffering from multiple lacerations on his upper body, second-degree burns on his backside, he broke his arm when he fell off the stretcher down the steps to top it all off. So the next time you feel like you're having a bad day, you feel like things just aren't working out, just remember our friend with his motorcycle mishap. Sometimes we face adversity in life, and Jesus says in John chapter 16, verse 33, that in this life you're going to have troubles and trials and tribulations. But he encourages us and says, be of good cheer, because I have overcome that very world filled with trials and troubles and tribulations, in John 16:33. Hey, that's our encouragement for today, that we may have troubles, but Jesus Christ has overcome all those troubles for us. Our verse of scripture today is taken from John chapter 16, verses 31 to 33. Thanks so much for joining me.